Hello, we are Drauma Bonded.
Welcome to our podcast. I'm Jess.
I'm Mandy.
And we are Drauma Bonded, a podcast where we usually bond over the drama
And trauma.
in the Bachelor multiverse.
And throughout Western pop culture.
But today, the podcast is going to be about things that we like, or rather love. So we're taking a little bit of a Bachelor break or reality TV break.
Everyone is.
Yeah, and can I share a little story?
Please.
So I've been injured, messed up my hamstring, have not been able to weightlift after jinxing myself and announcing to everybody on the podcast that, I was training for weightlifting and
that wasn't a jinx.
I know. I don't believe in jinxes. It wasn't. It's just an unfortunate thing that happens.
Very unfortunate.
But I've been having to work through just sort of a lot of bad feelings around being injured and not being able to do what I want and not wanting to do what I should do. And in this process, I've started journaling in the mornings, which I guess I'll open up with as like one of the top things I'm really loving, because it's let me have space to really vent my frustrations and like how I'm feeling about everything. But then it's also provided me like clarity to find peace with things like in my life that aren't fitness related necessarily. And it's been a really cool experience to find joy in other parts of my life. And I thought, we should share our joys since we are always harping on The Bachelor for being so negative. Why don't we share the things we love? And I've got lots of them lately, so.
1, I love this. 2, may I ask, are you typing this journal or writing it by hand?
Writing it by hand.
Wow.
I mean, it's not. If somebody read it, they'd be like, wow, you're 5. But it does, like, I'm not really writing about my days. I'm just sort of, I've got morning anxiety. So I found it's really productive to like sit down with coffee and write in the morning and just get out whatever's knocking around in my head out, or set the intention for the day of like, I'm at least going to eat my vegetables in my frittata. So there's that.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And it just like, it gives me little wins. Like I get to, I don't know. It's been really good. So
I've never been good at journaling. So I just want to take a moment and say how impressed I am and that I love that you shared that with us.
you know why I'm doing it? I made Saul put it into Coach RX, which is like a different version of True Coach, so that I can go check it off every day and scroll through all the green check marks and feel good about myself. Because I need to feel like I am doing something. So,
and I just want to mention that I literally quit doing my coach's programming because of those green check marks, because I didn't do all my workouts and I would get the red X's. And finally I told our coach, Jess and I have the same personal coach. I was like, even though I'm still a productive member of society and I'm still a fit human, I cannot handle the red X's in the app making me feel bad. And so I'm sorry, I'm just saying I think it's hilarious that you are doing it partially for the green check marks.
We are very different people. I think that's why we're such good friends. We're really a good balance to one another. But yeah, I am highly motivated by check marks, apparently. That's not always healthy either, just for the record. But, at the moment, it's working well for me.
Don't get me wrong. Partially, I wish that I could be more like Jess and be more regimented and motivated to make my check marks. But instead, I just, accept the red X's and allow them to inhibit my progress and my mental health.
Yeah. I mean, I've got my things like that too. You got to lean into your strengths. You don't fixate on your weaknesses,
One of my strengths is that now that I'm no longer doing regular programming from one, it has forced me to become a very creative athlete.
I have also found myself in this space for different reasons.
Yeah, and I feel like I've learned a lot about why I'm programming what I am for myself, even if it's like spur of the moment or maybe mid superset. I'm like, I do not like how this feels. I need to pivot to something else. So this has been a very valuable skill for me to develop, but still, I don't know. There is some insecurity there because
Yeah.
I need to learn more.
It's a balance always. And always be a student, always be learning and growing.
Yeah.
It's the best approach.
But this episode, thanks to Jess's inspiration, we have decided to share with you some things that we are very fond of right now in our lives.
Yeah. And sometimes we sit down and like kind of talk out the structure of podcast before we do it, because otherwise who knows what it would be like. We're going to find out what it's going to be like, because we are just,
We have no fucking clue.
we're free forming here. So bear with us on
We're
this
like
journey.
flubber right now.
Yeah. Who knows what's going to happen? We don't. Okay. I've told you I love journaling. I can also give it.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of laughing because before we did this episode, we really haven't talked about what we're going to talk about. But before we did this episode, I was like, what if Jess is creating this really substantial list of like life-changing things that make her happy? And I'm over here like, I like this very specific brand of sheet masks for my face. And
I put Domino's Ultimate Pepperoni Pizza. If you have not had it and you like pizza, well, I don't know. I guess it's pizza, whatever. Don't even argue with me on that. But like, it is amazing. And Domino's is way better than you remember it ever being.
anyways, Jess sent me some examples from her list and I was like, cool. We're on the same page.
Oh, yeah. I'm not over here getting existential. It has to be somewhat relatable, you know? Like if I just share,
I know, but I just wanted to know what the vibe was.
just filling it out. Fair enough.
So anyway, since I referenced my sheet face masks, my favorite brand is called Lapkos, Lapcos. And their packaging is usually just solid colors with a really bold typographic label of what is in the sheet mask. And they are phenomenal. I'm sorry, but I do them in the bath, usually with a glass of rosé, and that is my poor woman spa moment, and I love them. I also recently tried their shampoo and their hair masks. I love the shampoo. The hair masks, not so much. So there you go.
Noted. Do you have any more serious ones on your list?
Yeah.
Cool. So what if we go kind of lightweight to heavier?
Okay.
Does that sound good?
I'll try to do my best.
Oh yeah, mine is
categories.
also for sure. I think just kind of going in line with Domino's Ultimate Pepperoni, I have been really enjoying Diet Coke with sugar-free coconut syrup and some lime juice in it.
Isn't that called a dirty Diet Coke?
I don't know. There's so many soda shops in this state, and honestly, I'm not even gonna knock them. They're good. This one's called Little Mama from, I don't know, whatever one is right behind our house here. But Swig, no, Fizz, something. It's really good, but then when you realize you're paying $2 for something that you could make it yourself for way cheaper, it's been one of my favorite nightly sweet things.
But also sometimes making it yourself takes the joy out of it.
It can, but in this instance, it does not. I still sometimes go get one. If it's super hot, they'll fill it with ice, and it's incredible.
Do you feel like the fountain version is better than the version you can make yourself?
No. I think Diet Coke is really sugary. And you're good if it's out of a can.
Okay.
I like that combination of it. I think it's the perfect amount in the can. I'm a fan over fountain drinks, though I know there are some that taste better when you get them from.
Well, I'm so glad you can recreate this yourself.
Me too. But it's nothing fancy. It's probably not great for me, but man, makes
Yeah,
me
but
happy when I
everyone-
can sit down and enjoy it.
Yeah, everyone needs a treat.
Yeah. Also, speaking of treats, I've been really, really into baking. I've hit my baking stride, prime of my life for baking.
Well, that's because you've put many, many moons into developing your baking skills.
Yeah, COVID really helped with that. I was already baking before COVID, but COVID gave me more time to bake, which has been pretty stellar. So
Are you still doing the Reddit baking challenge?
I am. So I am participating in the 52-week Reddit baking challenge. I don't want to jinx it because like the out for myself is that if it becomes too much, it's okay to bow out. But like I'm actually doing really good this year and loving it.
So what is the favorite thing that you have baked for the Reddit challenge?
Oh, there was an East meets West prompt, and I made that saffron chocolate tea cake.
Holy fuck, it was so good.
So good. I made it like 3 times. I made Mandy her whole, like, I gave her a whole loaf because, and then was also made her share it with me before she left.
Yeah, can you believe that she did that for me?
It's that good though. I think close second was that Biscoff cookie cheesecake.
I didn't try that.
Yeah.
But you told me about it and I dreamt about it.
I brought it over to you with the caramel
no,
sauce.
No, you did. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I can't let you not remember that one.
I think I forgot because the sauce was separate from the cheesecake.
It was. Yeah.
But now that you're saying that, I remember because I didn't want to share with Joe.
Yes.
Because I didn't want to share the sauce with him specifically.
I struggle with that too. Sometimes Saul's like, so is this for sharing baking or is this all for you? Like, I'll see how I feel in the morning. I might want it all.
Yeah. I think Jess and I are similar in sharing. I was the oldest child, and my younger siblings are always trying to take my shit. And I definitely think as an adult that I have like sharing issues sometimes where I'm just like, no, I don't have to share with you if I don't want to.
I feel this way too. I'm sorry if you end up hearing the little dog in the background because I can hear him drinking very loudly. My mother-in-law Brenda found out that I didn't like to share, and one of the first times, like, I don't remember, we went to a Chinese restaurant and she just like put her straw in my water and started drinking out of my water just to like really give me a bad time.
Like what you would do?
And like, joke's on her, I don't even like drinking water. It's fine, you can have it. I'm gonna order Sprite. But like still, she meant it in jest and it was all in good fun. But like, yeah, I am very similar. Like I genuinely would prefer not to share. Because, like, I took the time to buy or get what I wanted, and I've got as much as I want. I don't want more. I don't want less. I want what I have.
I respect that.
Kindly fuck off and don't ask for my candy.
When Jess and I became friends, Saul was like, Jess doesn't really share with people. And as he told me this, I was like eating Jess's candy.
Yeah, but I could sense a fellow person who wasn't into sharing, and we have the same code of ethics. And so I know you bring over so much candy. You and I understand how this works, though. So we've got the good sharing compatibility thing going.
Okay. Because also, as soon as Saul told me that, the people pleaser in me was like, no, like you are fucking up this friendship.
No, don't listen to Saul. I don't like sharing with Saul because he says a little bite, and the next thing I know, it's like half of it.
Oh my God, 2/3 of it is gone.
Yes.
Same with Joe.
Ugh. So that is part of that.
Speaking of delightful drinks, one of my favorite beverages right now, especially since we have gotten some sun. I don't know who listens to us that doesn't live in Utah, but we have had the longest winter, and in part, I am so grateful because we need the moisture, but it has been very long and very cold and very wet. But since we've had some nicer sun, I love me a good ranch water, which is basically just a sparkling water, Topo Chico, with some tequila and some lime. And that is my poor man cocktail, and I love it.
Topo Chico is expensive, but also it is really good. This will come as no surprise. I prefer my drinks to be a little sweeter, but I actually also do really enjoy that. That is a lovely drink to enjoy in the sun.
It's just so refreshing.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I mean, if you think about how much a Topo Chico is compared to like a nice glass of wine, not that expensive.
Not at all. And you can buy Topo Chico from Costco.
There you go. Bulk.
Yeah, go get
cocktails.
it. Yeah.
Unless you live in Utah and they don't sell alcohol.
Which,
but you can get Topo Chicos there.
Yeah, if you're our one Canadian listener. I don't even know if Canada has Costco, but anyway.
But Probably got bulk stores.
Yeah, I hope you can buy alcohol there.
I think Canada only sells alcohol in like not state, but I think you can only get it in government owned.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So similar to Utah.
it is.
Wild. I guess so. A couple more things, a little frivolous that I've really been enjoying. You bought me last year this loofah soap called Honey Bell. I love it, and we ended up ordering more on Amazon
Really?
because Saul saw it, and he's like, "I want to use it," and I'm like, "Oh, see, sharing." But then I was like, "You have money, just buy more. It's okay. You can spend $5 on soap." So we ended up ordering more of that, and they're really nice. Actually, I really like them, especially because I mean maybe TMI, but I have an ingrown hair issue on my stupid calves, and that helps immensely. And it smells really good, and it doesn't dry my skin out. So yeah, Honeybell loofah soap, you guys, it's
Oh my gosh.
pretty bitchin'.
That's awesome. I love hearing that.
Yeah, you're a good gift giver. Another thing kind of that's like really bringing me joy, and I'm not going to like say they're the best written books ever, but Anthony Horowitz has a Hawthorne series. So basically he like wrote himself into murder mysteries with a disgraced but now private detective who gets called in to consult for the police in Britain.
Ooh.
And I don't know, I really like there's some problematic things, but by and large, it's just really fun stories. And I have enjoyed the series a lot. And I think I'm going to just get the 4th book and finish it because I could use a little bit more joy. So, yeah, those are some things that just like,
Should I read these?
if you like murder mystery,
I do.
you would love them. I think they're funny. I like the way they're written. I think they're really easy to listen to. So I like them. They've made me laugh. Sometimes I can't listen to them. Like I'll put on a book on tape and then like put on the sleep timer.
Mm-hmm.
But like there were some funny things happening where I'm like, this is just going to actually keep me awake. I have to find something less interesting. So if you need something lighthearted to read and you're just looking for some fun, I do recommend that series. And they're narrated really well too. So if you do listen to them on Audible or like Google Books or whatever you do for audiobooks, I think they're well done.
Okay. I have a road trip coming up. I need some recommendations.
Well, there you go. M is for murder. Yeah.
All right. I am a big bath person. So because I just referenced my face masks, I also sometimes drink ranch waters in the bath. Everyone knows about Dr. Teal's because you can usually get Dr. Teal's bath salts or bath products in most grocery stores.
Yes. I am nodding my head vigorously.
There is a new scent, and it is lemon and sage. It is mind-blowingly good.
Oh, I'm going to go get some.
The only place I've seen it at thus far is Harmon's and Smith's. I say this because I looked for it on Amazon because I was making an Amazon order, and they didn't have it on there. So I don't know how widely available it is, but it is so good.
Yeah, and like, I don't know the science behind Epsom salt, and I don't really care because, like, bottom line, it feels so good on your skin. And when you're sore or tired or just need like a pick-me-up, it's cheap. It's like bang for your buck. It's not too expensive, and it's so relaxing. I love it.
It elevates a very like normal everyday thing. I don't take a bath every day.
I was gonna say, it's about
maybe not, but you know what I mean.
I know, like it does elevate it. I know exactly what you mean. I'm sorry. I just it's late.
Exactly. I'm elevating a very normal thing by just putting some scented bath salts in it, and all of a sudden it's
way more better.
And it like smells good, and it feels good, and it feels special.
Yeah, I will say if you have a sensitivity to smell, it is always very potent with Teals. Like, it's not casual, but when they do smell good, there's also like a peppermint eucalyptus one or spearmint eucalyptus that is divine. And like the best part is the smell kind of sticks with you for a while. Like the bathroom will smell like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so amazing. Yeah, that's a good one to share. I like that one. Everybody should give it a try if you fit in your bathtub.
My next one that I know both Jess and I love is Free People has this line called Hot Shot.
Yeah.
And specifically the Hot Shot rompers.
The Hot Shot rompers and jumpers. So the rompers are shorts and the jumpers
Oh, the jumpers are pants.
are pants.
Well, I got the pants first, and I've been wearing them for, I don't know, probably a little under a year. And it really just feels like you're wearing pajamas, but you can dress it up, dress it down. Like in the summer, I like to wear it with like a little bralette underneath.
I was going to say, I'm so excited to put sports bras under that for summer and just have like something other than jean shorts to wear.
Yeah, you can also dress it up with like, I don't know, some platforms, or you can dress it down with some Birkenstocks.
You could put it, yeah, you could do so much with it. And like, it's just the most comfortable thing. And I think they've had like really cute colors. And yeah, that's a really good one. I'm glad you're telling everybody else about it too, because I was feeling kind of bad that like I have the same thing as you, but like it is that good. Like it is the ultimate summer clothing.
It is. That's what, yeah, definitely copy me. Please, everyone, be comfortable.
Be comfortable, look cool.
Anytime I can look cool and feel like I'm wearing sweats, I feel like I'm winning in life.
Hell yeah. No, that is actually one of the things that I will say came from COVID. Oh, except today. I showed up to training in like my nicest actual bra because that's the kind of day I had. And I was doing step ups and I'm like, why is this sucking so bad?
Oh, shit.
And then I was like, are you kidding me right now? I am this person not wearing a sports bra, but my real bra for a workout where we did
feel that in my body when you said that.
And we did nothing but upper body push-ups and handstand stuff. And like everything just like reminded me that I have made a horrible mistake.
Wait, did it have underwire?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Man,
God.
yeah. It was miserable. All that to say, I have been so spoiled over COVID to like not really have to be burdened with wearing real bras very much. And I'm no longer willing to wear uncomfortable clothes. If clothes are not comfortable, I want no part of them. Except for when I have to go to a gala and like actually have to dress up. But otherwise, no way. I want comfort, and you can look comfortable or you can look cute and be comfortable. That's what I was trying to say.
I don't have a very big chest, TMI, but it took me a while to realize that there's actually not many reasons I actually have to wear a bra.
Yeah.
And I think COVID was the catalyst for that. But also, I feel like those silicone nipple covers are becoming more and more like widely accepted.
Absolutely. I'm kind of all for women ditching bras. Like, I mean, there's a structural purpose to them, and if you feel better in one.
No, all women should. I just feel like my friends with boobs tend to be like, what? I can't. So I'm not going to project.
Oh, I can.
That my life should be on.
No, I mean, I don't have particularly small chest, and I have been really living up going braless.
Yes, do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all a matter of comfort. Yeah, no forcing anybody, but also if you're nervous about it and you want to do it, just do it. I even work out without bras on now.
That's awesome.
It is amazing. It is so freeing to just be like, I'm not doing this.
Well, I'm so surprised just because when I've told my friends that have bigger boobs than me that I'm like, I never wear a bra. They're like, oh, well, that's because you don't have boobs. So I just want to say.
It does depend on what you're doing. Like if you're doing double unders and box jumps, and running up and down the street, maybe put the bra on.
Yeah, but like
just
kind of know, more ecstatic weightlifting.
Yeah, even weightlifting, I found that it's not bothered me any, and I'm just way happier in my life, except for today, where I have made like the ultimate mistake.
Well, okay, aside from today, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
But
so that's
also,
another thing I am in love with.
You probably don't always know what you're going to do when you're doing a personal training session.
No, Juan doesn't tell. We actually did Jedi training today. Juan's trying to teach me how to swing a lightsaber in like a cool way. And let me tell you what, I have zero coordination for that shit.
But you're a Jedi.
But I am a Jedi. He came out, this is the first thing he asked me. It's like, are you a Jedi Master? And I thought about it and I was like, the correct answer is Padawan. And Juan, like, didn't know what to say with that. But I know better. You always be humble with Juan. Like, don't you ever
That's
admit.
fair.
Yeah.
You never want to put yourself in a situation to have our coach humble you.
Yeah, it's not fun. And like, I always learn from him and I'm grateful for the
Yes.
moments. However, if I can avoid those moments and just learn internally. So yeah, I told him I was a Padawan. He's like, no, you're a Jedi Master. And he handed me a PVC pipe. And then we swung it around for a while to warm up our shoulders.
That's so cool.
It was really fun. I'm in a fun place in my fitness, actually, which is something that I wanted to talk about. Was just like, it's nice to be at a point where I feel like I can play.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And Juan has been so good about embracing that. So I'm grateful to have a coach who's like willing to get behind that and not abandon me for not being like the athlete that checks all the workouts off. So feels good.
I think you need to give yourself some credit
In what way?
for being the athlete that checks all the workouts off.
I had some thoughts on that though. I think that might have been really driven by extreme anxiety and grief. Truly, like, no, in like a good way, because it like definitely gave me something to focus on. I'm hitting a heavier point in my loves, but anxiety medication, game changer for me. I love it. And not really, like, I've been in therapy for a long time. I lost my dad to suicide, which was really hard. And I think I kind of just like lost myself in fitness there for a while. And while I do love fitness, I think some of that like drive to check everything off and to be so diligent was like either a way of avoiding things or just like,
Have control.
yeah, or like funneling all my anxiety into something. Just like wear myself out to the point where I couldn't do it anymore. Like, even though that is like a cool thing that I can do, I think I definitely took it too far and it came to a point where it was not really serving me anymore. It was causing me a lot more problems than it was anything good. So don't feel like you have to be the athlete that does that, because that's not also the marker of like healthy.
Well, while I hear that and I see that and I respect that, I also think that because I'm such a different person, I've always really respected your dedication and your discipline.
Oh,
And
thanks.
I mean, Jess has, how do I say this? You have sought after different goals, but dude, when she wants something, no one works harder than Jess.
Oh, thanks.
No, I totally 1,000% mean that. You are like so fucking dedicated and just willing to put in the work, maybe to a fault, but still, like, it's really beautiful to watch. And I've kind of always been, while I work hard, I've always been a little bit the opposite of that. I don't think I've ever had like such a structured goal or a structured desire and known like what I need to do to get there. And so you inspire me a lot in your dedication and your just perseverance in that way.
Oh man, that's really sweet of you to say. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel the same about you, and I think there are attributes that you have that are really awe-inspiring too. And like, you are one of the fittest people I have ever met in my life. And like, I keep trying to come up with an animal that's stronger, but ant comes to mind. And I know that's not a glorious creature, but like, bear with me. It's not the ant part, but like, just you are this tiny person who is so strong. Like, your weight to power ratio is mind blowing. Like, it's clear you work hard too, and in different ways. And it's really cool to see how that manifests. And like, never bet against Mandy in a workout ever.
I'll take ant.
Okay, cool. I like when Juan was
Ants
like,
can carry like how much
I don't know.
ratio of their body weight?
I also hope that's true. That might be one of those dumb things that you hear and then you find out that like it's
That's
actually
true.
not true. So like, don't quote us on that. But like,
We've all seen an ant carrying a very large object.
and that's Mandy. It's like unexpectedly so strong.
Oh, that's so nice.
Except now you've got these amazing guns, so maybe it is a little more expected, but
I think I'm a little insecure about my arms right now.
don't
Not that they're that
be.
massive, but my boyfriend was like, your arms are bigger. And then all of a sudden, you know, when your partner says something and you like notice it more, and then you're like, ah.
Yeah, but let me be the first to say, if it wasn't a good thing or just like a neutral observation, he's just wrong because you look phenomenal. Like I would give up probably both my pinky toes to have arms. No, I would absolutely.
Important.
I don't know. I think I wear too tight and like narrow shoes anyway. It's fine. I want to get better on my hands anyway. Gymnastics work don't require pinky toes. And if I could have arms, I am all here for women looking as strong as they are.
Well, in line with that, the next thing I'm going to list is a new favorite thing of mine is RAD shoes or rad shoes.
Tell me how you're liking them.
Oh my God. You guys, for years I wore Nike Metcons as cross-training shoes. And I also had a pair of Reebok Nanos many, many, many moons ago. But this pair, is it rad? I don't know. It's R.A.D.
Yeah, Rad Global. I don't know what it stands for,
Rad
but it is
Global.
rad. Like,
But I think people just call them rad. They're kind of hard to get because they make small batches. But they have great arch support. They really cup your heel. It's a great flat shoe. They're okay to run in. I actually prefer running in the Nanos. Sorry, not the Nanos, the Metcons. But man, they feel so good on my feet. And they have like a nice wide toe box. So far, huge fan.
so tell me who would benefit from owning a pair of rad shoes as an athlete or like somebody who's into fitness?
If you are doing any sort of lifting, dumbbell lifting, kettlebell lifting, barbell lifting, if you're doing, I would say, any sort of like cross training that involves lifting and plyo, that's awesome. They're okay for small runs. I wouldn't run in them super far. Yeah, great CrossFit shoe, great gym training shoe. Yes.
I love that. Why is that better than like a pair of Nike running shoes?
Oh my God. I don't know. Like, let me count the ways. First of all, most running shoes are super padded. And this is because running is really hard in your joints. So a running shoe is super cushy to lessen the impact that your body is experiencing while running. But when you are training anything involving even bodyweight movements or movements requiring moving weight, you want to feel your feet in contact with the floor. You want to spread your toes. You want to feel very grounded. And running shoes, because they have so much cushion, take away the stability.
Yeah, that
in
you don't
those
get
movements.
You don't get feedback from the floor.
Yeah.
It's also probably a reason why you need your pinky toes is because when you are lifting or doing anything weight related, you do want to spread your feet and really press into the ground.
Yeah,
like push the
Jess,
ground
keep
away from
those pinky toes.
I guess I'll hold on to them.
But so yeah, if you're interested at all in weight training or cross training or any sort of that versus running, it really would benefit you to have a flat shoe that gives you really substantial support.
Yeah, I guess this is also probably the best time to say none of this is sponsored. Like, we're not looking for sponsors. These are genuinely just
We would love sponsors.
We would, not to say that we
have
don't.
any.
We don't have any, and we'll always be upfront if we do, but none of this is. This is just what we are genuinely enjoying now for no.
Passionate about.
Yeah. I love that. For me, I guess a couple like I'm surprised I don't have more fitness stuff on here, but I guess that's kind of where I'm at in life. A couple things. I've been really loving Sally's baking addiction for recipes.
I've used some recipes on there.
She's just knocking it out of the park lately.
Really?
Yeah, I've made some banana muffins from her. I've made that pot pie that I made for you guys.
Oh my God, it was incredible.
Yeah, like I have just, and like all of her recipes are so She explains why you do what you do. Everything turns out really well. Huge fan. If you like baking, go check out her recipes. You won't be sorry. Oh my God, she makes the best. I just remembered what it was that I've made like 5 times recently is these butterscotch cookies that I never managed to share with anybody
I was
because,
gonna say you've mentioned these cookies so many times.
and the thing is like, you guys, I've brought them to work with the intention of sharing. I have like brought some home from things and thought, okay, I'll share with Mandy. And then like, I can't even, like, I have them with coffee. They're that good. Her butterscotch oatmeal cookies are absolutely to die for. Like, incredible. I know. And then just me eating a whole batch of cookies. And then, you know, some podcasts I've been listening to, Tooth and Claw is about animal attacks, but like in a
You
good
brought
way.
this up
On the
on
fantasy
the finale.
fantasy suites,
Oh,
or maybe it was the
Fantasy Suites.
maybe it was the finale. I don't know. Yeah, it kind of gets in my head, but it also makes me much more prepared for animal attacks in Montana, which are legit. So I have to be ready. But they're very fun to listen to, and I've also really been enjoying Decoding the Gurus as a podcast that aren't related to reality TV.
Well, in line with Sally's baking addiction, I love the New York Times cooking app.
I'm going to say something controversial.
Okay.
I've not had very much success with New York Times cooking.
Oh, I love it.
I know, so do Eric and Carrie. And I feel like you guys are particularly people who are good cooks, good bakers, like people like. So I feel like I'm actually probably doing something wrong, but
No.
this is a call that if you have recipes for you, for anybody that you like, I want you to send them to me so that I can make them and change my mind, because I feel like I'm in the wrong.
So the thing I like about the app, because I've also paid for America's Test Kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
the New York Times has way more comments, filters the comments between like all comments and most helpful comments. And the most helpful comments kind of tell you like things that people have maybe adjusted the recipe on, or other people's experience with it, or maybe like they didn't have A, B, and C, and so they substituted other things. But anytime I can kind of just peruse people's experiences with recipes, I feel like way more comfortable in like, this is a more fluid recipe and I'm going to be okay.
That is a really good tactic. I like that. I do something similar, though completely different. Anytime I'm going to make something, I look up at least 5 different recipes for that thing and then sort of look at them and consider like what the differences are and how that's all going to play out in the recipe, because I sometimes don't think like any one recipe is the ticket.
I think that's smart.
Yeah. So like similarly of just like gauging what could possibly go wrong or like what would be better kind of thing. So like that, your version though is much more concise. Like I didn't know you could sort the comments that way. That's very helpful.
That's basically why I use the app.
Oh, that's brilliant. Okay.
And I only cook recipes that have like 4.5 star reviews out of like over 1,000 reviews.
That's really smart. That probably does also guarantee. I think sometimes I'm just looking for very specific things. And so maybe that is not the best approach versus like, do you pick recipes like what you're going to bake just based on like what you find, or do you go in with ideas and then?
I usually have an idea of like, you know, I want a pasta dish or I want this type of cake. And then if I find a recipe that sounds really good, I'll make it.
Okay. I feel like I'm just really specific in the things that I want. And so it also like narrows where I can find things, or at least things with comments, or yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting. I like that.
Last thing I'm going to name, and this isn't really serious because I know we said we were going to go from frivolous to serious. JVN Hair Products. Jonathan Van Ness.
Oh.
I've been using some of his leave-in products for both heat protectant and just like air drying.
Mm-hmm.
Huge fan.
Yeah, your hair looks marvelous.
I'm also a fan of him as a person,
He is so funny.
but also his hair products are fab.
good to know. I feel like I don't have this issue as much anymore now that I don't have hair, but I will make that note for.
Maybe he has some good styling. Well,
Yeah.
I think you like found a bunch of good things before you cut your hair. But
Well, I found some things. I don't love everything. I've actually been really overwhelmed at the prospect of trying to find the best thing because I don't love everything that I've got. Hair stuff is also just so expensive, and it always feels like such a gamble. And I'm like, if I buy this and I use a pea-sized amount every day, I'm stuck with this for the next 3 years.
that's fair.
So I'm trying to like let myself know that like if I really don't like it, I can just buy something else. But I'm also trying to be aware of my spending.
I don't have short hair, so I don't know, but I've been very happy.
I
thus
love that.
far.
I'll look into it. If somebody can give a good recommendation, who knows? That's cool.
So that's our little episode about shit we like.
Yeah. Hopefully you took something from it. I feel like I accidentally maybe shared perhaps more than I intended to, but
What?
also, I don't know. I just feel like do you ever have those moments where you're like, ooh, I feel like I've been talking a lot? And maybe it's because we have been talking a lot and that's just what I'm
We've been
feeling.
podcasting for, a hot minute.
Yeah. We're trying a tactic of doing episodes back to back so that we don't miss weeks for you guys because that's how committed we are to making this thing work.
I don't think you should feel that way.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'll let it go. Well, anyway, we'll be back next week with the first 3 episodes of Love is Blind.
Yes.
You feeling ready?
No, but I will be by the time we record the podcast.
I know when you asked me if I'd watched it, I was like, oh, no. And it's still no, even though it's been on my to-do list.
Guys, I will admit that I've never actually finished the season of Love is Blind, so this is a challenge for me. And it's not a challenge that I'm not looking forward to. Like, I'm ready to be educated, but it is a challenge.
Yeah. For me, it's a challenge just because I've never looked at the framework the way that I have a lot of other reality TV. And I feel like I've had you to really fill me in on The Bachelor, but this one, we're both kind of going in without a lot. I mean, the show is newer.
That's kind of fun, though.
I agree. I'm excited to see what we think of it. I also have never finished a season. I watch like the first 10 episodes and then for some reason I tap out. I don't know. And I haven't watched the last 2 seasons, but it was a really big recommendation that we watch Love is Blind. So we're going to do the most current season, though. I know we're behind, so bear with us. But
Yeah, apparently the last season was all the rage.
really?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, if we get through season 4, we can,
maybe we'll see.
you and I can just on our own go back and watch
Yeah.
season 3. But in the meantime, I'm excited. I think we've got some really fun episodes planned coming up. It'll be a fun spring.
Yeah, buckle up, guys.
And we'll see you next week.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Drauma Bonded is produced and hosted by Jessica Brumbaugh and Mandy Booth. Our production manager and editor is Solomon Brumbaugh. Our theme music is by Joe Waters. You can find more of his music streaming on the EP Jupiter Daywatch. Music vocals by Mandy Booth. Graphic designer is Pigeon House. Special thanks to everybody who's listening, posting, and emailing us. We love it. Keep talking. Bye.